Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple, and it is a beautiful late summer morning. Shane Hawley, welcome.
It is. It's going to be like 95 degrees today.
I know. We're going to have to keep our hydration up and all of that.
That's right.
But we're not talking about hydration right now. We're
Okay.
talking about school is just around the corner, even though it's 90 degrees. And that means that people are going to be on the road with school buses, and there are certain things they should be aware of, right?
There are. And, you know, we're always looking at safety. And so I thought we could talk today about when you can pass a school bus and when you can't.
Good.
Kind of a big safety thing. We want to keep those kids getting on and off and crossing the street safe.
Good.
So this may surprise you, there's a specific RCW that talks about that.
I'm sure you're going to tell us what that is,
And that
so
is-
people can fact check you.
That is RCW 46.61.370.
Okay.
And I didn't memorize it. It's actually on my notes.
Okay.
And that is titled Overtaking or Meeting a School Bus. And that statute covers two specific deals. One is overtaking, and it's a fancy way of saying passing. You're
Right.
going the same direction when you can pass the school bus. And the meeting is coming opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, kind of the big caveat is, as a general rule, when the flashing lights come on the bus and the paddle goes out, it says stop, and you need to stop, okay, before you get to the school bus. And it talks about the school bus's responsibilities, and that covers when they are loading and unloading kids. So when there's kids coming on and off the bus.
Right.
As a general rule, there's about 3 times you really need to stop when that paddle comes out and the lights are flashing. And I believe we have some graphics that we can throw up on the screen as far as that goes. The first one is your standard 2-lane road. And you can see on the screen up there, you got a striped line there, and both cars have to stop. Okay, so the car that's overtaking or behind the school bus has to stop. You can't pass, and the car coming in the opposite direction also has to stop.
Right.
That's your 2-lane road. We have another graphic, number 2, and this is a 3 or more lane road. We'll cover 2 actual rules here. We can do 2 at the same time. Cars passing both have to stop. Okay, so you can see on there the car right behind and the car in the lane next to it both have to stop. Cars traveling the other direction, because there's 3 or more lanes, do not actually have to stop.
Okay.
So opposite direction, those cars can continue on.
Okay.
Okay, and we have a third graphic, and you see a 2-way turn lane. Okay, so both of those cars also have to stop. There's one other situation, and I don't really have a slide for it, when you do not have to stop, and that is if it is a divided roadway. So if there's a median in between the roadway, then opposite direction traffic does not have to stop.
We probably don't even have a situation like that in Edmonds, do we?
I'm trying to think of where you might have some divided roadways. We don't have a ton of them.
Yeah.
But if you're out someplace and they do, then you have to stop for those.
Right.
One other interesting situation is if there's a specific turnout, like let's say the bus can get completely off the roadway, off to the side of the road, they will turn on their flashers. The paddle won't come out for purposes of unloading kids. You know, they have their own area, and you can pass at that point in time.
Okay, so that the flashes are just there to make you aware
Correct.
that it's there, but you don't have to stop.
Correct.
Okay.
And then as far as fines go, it's a pretty hefty fine.
As it should be.
Yeah, $419.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that is hefty.
Yes. $419 cannot be reduced or suspended.
Wow.
So if you want to try and get it reduced, they can't. State law says you can't. The judge cannot reduce the fine. And 50% of the fine goes into a state school safety traffic fund, specifically designed for enforcement and education related to school safety.
Well, I know we've talked about this in past segments over the last couple of years, but just in general, when school's in session, people should be aware of kids and driving safely and looking for the school zone signs so they don't get tickets for that
we've
too.
We've talked about
Yes, we
that,
have.
and we'll, when school fires up, we'll we'll be out early on looking at those school zones and really getting people to slow down. And we just want the kids to be safe.
Right.
You know, and we hate to see anybody who, you know, if they have a collision with a kid, I mean, that's just an awful thing for the kid, for their family, and the driver. You know, just because you're not paying attention, you're going too fast, the speed, you know, if you slow down, it gives you time to react if something happens.
Okay, very good. Well, so the rule is be aware, school's in session, and we'll be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.